Welcome to another episode of your favorite libertarian. Today we're going to be talking about the Pig Alpha Plus gloves. Hey everybody, let's talk about these gloves. First we'll get into the features per the website, and I'll kind of show you those features as I talk about them. So first we'll start with the premium goatskin all leather palm. Ooh la la, so luxurious. This is really nice. It's one of the things that makes it the plus model, and that has a lot to do with this material just being that it's an actual genuine premium leather. It's going to last longer than some of the synthetic stuff, so you won't have to replace your gloves as often. You've got the touchscreen compatible thumb and trigger finger leather. It's a different kind of leather that's supposed to be better, I guess, for phones. So if you want to play Candy Crush with your tactical gloves on, knock yourselves out. We also are featuring 1000D stretch ballistic nylon padded knuckles. I haven't got shot in the hands with these, so I can't tell you how ballistic they are, but they look cool and they're comfortable. You have a bar tacked webbing wrist pull. These have not bothered me at all. I'm not used to having something here, but I can see the appeal for being able to carabiner these or attach these to your gear. So if you're not wearing the gloves, you can kind of keep them out of the way or keep them with your gear. Should you need to stage gear, throw it on. You have gloves at the ready. So I get all that. We'll see if this gets in the way at all. If it does, I can just cut this off, but if not, I'll probably keep it. You also have, and I'm not sure how much this is marketing gimmickry or not, but you have a sensitized trigger finger. I'm not sure if this is more sensitized than this, or if it's just a different material and it feels exactly the same. I'm not sure. I will say that I can feel everything with all my fingers as I'm using these gloves. So I would say this probably isn't any more sensitized than the rest of my fingers, but I can feel the trigger with my finger and other things with my finger, so that's good, I guess. And you also have this little tiny strap. They call it a low profile strap for your wrist. I kind of wish this was different. It works, but I wish that this was where you would open and close it. It kind of makes more sense to me since there's this big emblem here, this rubberized texture that you can feel tactilely and grab and pull, but that's not where it is. If they were to do a redesign on this, I would like that to be different. Also, something else that's nice that I do like is this material here. I believe they call it short cuff with loop for maximum comfort and convenience. It's just really comfortable and it feels really nice. So good job there, Pig. Now I'll talk about the things that I like about them specifically. I simply find them comfortable and they fit my hands. So that's kind of my big epiphany I've had with these gloves. I think a big reason for that has to do with two factors. Besides the materials that are used, the hinges on the knuckles, and also the way that these are stitched. So if you look here, you have these spots that open up that have a little bit more give where your hand would naturally bend. That makes it so you're not fighting the fabric to open and close your hand, which is really nice. Also, if you look at this glove compared to a traditional Mechanix glove, let's say, you'll have stitching on a Mechanix glove that goes directly on the side of your finger, goes over the top where your fingernail is, and back around the other side. This can be problematic if you have wet hands for some reason, or you're sweaty, or a myriad of other environmental factors, or it could just be annoying having that fabric and stitching rub against your fingers on the sides of your fingers, and also even more so on your fingernail. If it's getting into your fingernail, that's annoying. If it's just touching the tip of your finger, That's not very comfortable either. And they've been able to negate that with these long pieces of fabric that go all the way over top and on each side this way. And then you just have a big piece of fabric right here, so there's nothing that's uncomfortable on the sides of your fingers. So that's really cool. I'm really glad that they did that, and I think that has a lot to do with why these are so comfortable. So now we'll go from the table back up top so we can talk about why you would want to buy tactical gloves in the first place, some considerations, and you'll also be able to see what it looks like when I have gloves on both my hands. Let's talk about my final thoughts on these gloves. So we already touched on the strap, the Velcro strap. I wish that this was where the Velcro was and not back here. But what are you gonna do? You know, you can only have a company read your mind so far, to the point where it's not weird. I will say there is one other thing that I think is strange. I don't know if I necessarily dislike it. It's just weird to me. And that's the thumbs. So if you look at these thumbs, you can kind of see that the stitching is a little bit different on each of them. This one's kind of like pointed on top, and this one is more rounded. I don't know if there's a reason for that. It's like, this is the right-handed glove, so it does this. I don't know. Also, though, there's a lot of extra material, so you can see a lot of extra material on the thumb. This one's even worse. Like, there's just a ton of material on this side. It hasn't gotten in the way. It hasn't hindered me from doing anything with my gloves. But it's weird. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any Alpha gloves and you've had the same thoughts about the thumbs, or maybe this is just they screwed up when they were making these ones and this is a bad batch of gloves. I don't know. It's not bothering me, so I'm not going to return them, but I just thought that was weird. And maybe there's some rhyme or reason behind it. Maybe when you're holding a gun, it helps give you extra material, so when this material gets pushed back more, you have more room. Maybe. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but that's just what I've noticed. So that's all I have to say about that. I don't know what to do with my hands. Let's talk about why you would want tactical gloves. Well, the primary reason would be to protect your hands. So if you're manipulating a gun, especially long guns, I guess somewhat with handguns, but more so with long guns, especially the AR platform, you're doing reloads, you're pressing buttons, you are ripping back charging handles, you're getting the gun out, there's recoil, things are moving around, moving and shaking. That lends itself to the possibility of you cutting up your hands on sharp metal surfaces. So these will protect your hands in that. The other thing that these are going to be good at protecting your hands from is heat. If you've ever shot an AR-15 very fast and put a lot of rounds through in a very short amount of time, you'll know that the barrel heats up. And there's typically a forend at the end that is helping to dissipate the heat and is a barrier between the barrel and your hand, but eventually the forend is going to heat up as well. Some do a better job than others at taking longer to do that, but eventually that forend will heat up. And the only thing between your hand and that forend that's getting really hot could potentially be gloves. So that's one thing that you might want to keep in mind if you're going to be running some type of tactical class and you're like, oh, do I need gloves? Do I not need gloves? Bring them just in case. I personally like to usually run things without gloves because I can just feel things better, especially in some type of low light situation. I'd probably be able to feel controls better without gloves on. And let's face it, in most low light situations, if it's like a home defense type of situation, you're not going to have time to put gloves on. If you have only so many seconds to grab something, it's probably going to be the gun, maybe eye pro. If you have tons of time, maybe other gear, but it's probably not going to be gloves. But I digress. The reason for gloves is to protect your hands. from sharp things and from heat. All right, that's it for the Pig Alpha Plus gloves. These are size large, so if you wear size large Mechanix gloves, these will fit your hands. These are Ranger Green, and I'm pretty sure I covered everything you can cover about gloves. If you have any questions, if there's something that I missed, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, I'd appreciate your like. And if you want to get this information out to other people that are looking for a tactical glove, be sure to share this. What else is there? Notification bell. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Get notified of new videos. All the algorithm stuff. That's going to do it for me, though. I am done talking about gloves today. As always, stay free and God bless.